Hey everyone, welcome to another fun interview here on Nourish, Heal, and Thrive. I'm really excited to bring Moj to you. Moj and I met on Bump, and she's been really supportive of me and my group, and I'm really happy to have her here with us today. So, Moj, welcome, and thank you for joining us.
Wow, it's such a privilege to be here and to see all the awesome work that you're doing. I mean, you already have a beautiful program, and for you to do all these things so you can have more of a reach, that's that's just so cool to watch.
Thank you. And no, I appreciate how much you've helped me as far as doing that. So, the people here don't really know you, so why don't you introduce yourself, tell us who you are, where you're from, and what you do.
So first of all, again, thank you so much for having me here. My name is Moj Razmi. I live in California, Bay Area. Hence, I'm outside right now, so enjoying the weather. It's 12, it's a noon hour here, but it's so beautiful, so gorgeous. I couldn't resist coming out, and that's part of why we choose to do what we do is to have that flexibility of some of the choices we make in our workspace, in the time that we are working, and all of that. So, as far as working, I am an ex-engineer. I do have a technical background, and I worked on my life really hard to do that. And even though I kept the aspect of fun and joy in my work, but I still had to always hustle and work hard. And as a engineer, I had to even do more so I can be seen as a woman in my time at the time. So right now, I am the last couple decades, I've been doing more of things that speaks to my soul, from becoming a stay-at-home mom because that's what um, contrary to everybody's belief within my family, within my loved ones, I kind of did few things for myself, coach myself, not unknowingly, and did a lot of spiritual work to nail it. That what was the nag within me, and I figured it out that I just want to be a stay-home mom. I don't want to be this big shot person anymore. I want to be big shot at home with my kids. I want to show up for them, and I want to be this cool person for them. Um, so since hence I decided that, which is about 20 years ago, things just unfolded for me very organically. I did so many other things that had the spiritual aspects into it, and by nature, I was asked to coach people as I was working with them. So as I progress into that, then what happened was the coaching fell into my so everything I always say fell into my lap. Like teaching yoga fell into my lap. I become a yoga teacher right away as soon as I quit my technical life. And then that became like a big career, which and kind of ended up in me also giving lectures on campus at Stanford. So I started teaching on campus with yoga, and then so many other classes showed up, and then I started I was asked to do lectures, and started with breathing lectures, but ended up being with things like on your morning, on your day, spring cleaning, yogi style. I mean, it just kind of got bigger and bigger. And then coaching fell into my lap because I was asked by students at the end of my class, can I talk to you? Can I talk to you? Can I talk to you? And it sort of that fell into my lap. And now I get to have my own group, which is called the Global She Circle. And that She stands for Support, Harmony, and Empowerment. And I have had people like yourself, really heart center givers, empaths, really beautiful people are getting attracted to this group. And we have about 6,900 people in the group. And it has become this incubator of learning, teaching, and there is a small percentage of the 6,900 that are coaches and teachers and entrepreneurs, but the majority of people are just hungry to hear and to see and to learn. So I get to bring quality conversations. I just talked to a woman who her book became a movie, and the movie is going to be out after 4 years, in a couple of 3 months. Beautiful survival, cancer survival, and awesome conversations. I mean, I can't even say it. I just feel so blessed to call this my job.
Yeah, that's so cool, and I love what you're doing in the Global She Circle. so much fun and to watch some of those videos and see, some of those really inspiring people. Um, so I'm trying to copy you there. Um, Tell us a little bit more about how the Global She Circle came about.
Well, I had my group for 10 years, and I started it. Um, I was inspired to start it. And this is back when not too many people had groups, correct? Not too many. Now everybody have a group and everybody can have a group and they do it and they're like variety of purposes for it. But I started this 10 years ago. It was around the time that I was coaching for little. I was having my yoga students wanting to have more of a community. And so I started it with what I called it, What's Right with You. So the name of the group was What's Right with You, because I wasn't to be an advocate all my life. I wanted to be an advocate for joy and seeing the beauty. That was also part of my yoga teaching practice, that even though I had people like I taught at Stanford Linear Accelerator, which called Slack, and these are all scientists. These are all people who are working hard. They're like, they're nerd like me, but not maybe as cool as me. But so these people come in and they could not bend, they could not, touch their toes, they could not do a whole lot of things. And to get these people in there and, get them to into poses, and the room looked awful. Like you're in downward dog, and that looks nothing like downward dog. But for me, was to practice see the beauty. The fact that they're there, they're on their mats, they're willing to get into that pose. And as soon as I will have that and I would extend that out, the poses would melt into these beautiful shapes. And I would go and I would just tell them something, and I would give them a compliment about how beautiful they look, and you could see the body moves. And for me, was seeing that beauty was so precious that I'm like, as an engineer, I was always doing, if it's working, break it so you can make it better. So even something was perfect, it's still like not good enough. Let's break it and make it better. But as a person, as a human being, I wanted to see the beauty. And so I called it What's Right with You, instead of always seeing what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong. And then come this January, I started doing a bump program where we met each other. And I had cleaned my group to like 200 people. I had 200 people in my group, and I joined Bump on the 13th. I started interviewing on the 20th with five people, and then I took off from there. I took a whole month of April off. I went on vacation, and I wasn't feeling well after that, so I was like a whole month of April off. So considering all of that, in like 15 weeks, my group went from 200 to 6,900, which is, I think, is awesome. And then so now in the group, not only I get to express my truth and what it is that, like, one of my main missions with the group was to bring people in to speak their truth. So to me, is the more we speak our truth, the more we hear ourselves, the more we embody it, and the more we articulate it, the more we can just at any given moment speak about who we are and what we do, rather than all the training that, I've been coaching for so long. So I've been doing bits and pieces of coaching and invested a lot in myself. A whole lot of them was telling me to say this so that I can do that, and so that da 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 da. And then if I would forget one word, I would be like deer in the headlight. I wouldn't know what to do with it. But I recognize the more I speak my truth, the more I can articulate it at any given moment, maybe in different shapes or form, but still I speak from heart, and it lands on heart. So that was something that I wanted to bring into my group, that I get to hear people speaking their truth. They get to hear speaking their truth, and they get to articulate it the way that it's theirs. So that was the first part of my mission. And then also growing the group so that people have a place to go. And I'm now having all these ideas about how to do things within the group. And I'm offering a lot in the group. I'm offering a lot. We are doing panels. We are doing show and tells. I just had a beautiful show and tell with this spiritual artist. I made a cute poster for her before the call. She came in, she presented some of her arts, and it was just so lovely. And then I had another show and tell with a medium, and he came in and he actually showed us how he does his work. because people say I'm medium, I'm a healer, I am a, health this, I'm that. Well, we don't really know what they do and how they do it and what does that mean. But when people come in and do the show and tell, it's like you can grasp it a whole lot better. So I'm having that open for my founding members now. Some of them are going to go into the subscription program that I'm coming up with, which is going to be at a no-brainer cost for the first, founding members who jump on it. But I'm excited about all these things that are happening, and it's again to call this is my job. This is the work I'm doing. I would say this is the play I'm doing.
That's awesome. And I love some of those ideas, and I'm gonna steal those too. So I'm taking everything you're doing. But I love that we can work together and collaborate, and it's all good. And I just had so many ideas when you were talking, so thank you. Thank you. But can you give us a little teaser about maybe some of the things that you said are coming up as
Yeah.
far as
So I actually have, this is so, the fascinating part of this is I actually have like about 3 people who are like telling me, when are we doing this? When are we doing this? And for me is, I'm the engineer part of me, the left brain part of me is sort of saying, oh, I got to have a little bit of a system in there, how you say this is happening and then have this and have people somewhere they can see what's happening instead of me talking. But from just the talking, I have people who are just like, where do we sign up? And that kind of makes me like I had a voice message from someone on Messenger that he's like, let me know what the next step is. I'm here to support you. I'm here. And he ended up with saying it that I'm here to support you to help me to show up and do what I'm doing and to be seen. And I was like, oh, this is just so fabulous. I mean, how many times a day in our lives we have received those kind of encouragement that somebody wants to help me to get my program off the ground so that he can join it. So that's the beauty of it. And then yeah, so right now I'm sort of like articulating, like putting the system of it together. And then after that, there's so many things that I want to offer within that program. What I mentioned to you already, that it's part of the founding members. It's like that, those show and tells, those are gold. And for me to create graphics for it before and to invite people to come to it. And not only that, for the person who come officially and do their thing, it just does so much for your self-confidence, does so much for you kind of saying, no, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to do this more, and get narrow it down to hone it down into how we want to present ourselves and our work, and what is that true reality, that it's not work that as we are presenting it, it's actually who we truly are. So it makes it, that's what it is. I'm very playful. I love joy. I love fun. So for me is, you can do the hard thing, but as long as it is your thing to do, it will be fun. It will be joy. So instead of saying, oh, I want to make this money, for me is, I want to do this work so I can be myself, you can be yourself, and we all have fun while the rest show up.
I love that. That's amazing. So
Yeah.
cool.
Thank you.
Moj, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Is there anything that you haven't talked about yet that maybe you want to share with the group?
Well, I think the something that we all grew up under certain circumstances. We all have certain upbringings, and sometimes the parents tell us what to do. The society for sure tells us, and now social media dictates, what is cool and what is not. And I just want to reiterate, that's a conversation I have with my own kids who are adult people now, all the time, that go in and see who you are and show up from that space. I mean, you can watch things and you can learn from things, but still go in and make it as it is yours, something that really resonates with you. Because at the end of the day, you want to live your life the way that makes you happy. And the more you do that, the more people around you are gonna also take take from that.
So true. So true. Thank you so much for doing this, Moj. You're amazing. Everyone that's watching, join the Global She Circle. Moj is going to put her link in the comments here so everybody knows how to get a hold of her. And anything else that, Moj, anything else you have to offer, you can definitely put that put that link in the comments.
Yes. Yeah.
And yeah, thanks again for being here. We really appreciate it.
Wonderful. Yes. The offer I'm going to have is more for the founding member to begin with.
Okay,
I wouldn't go in the post, but yes, I will post the group and things like that. Yes.
awesome. Thank you for watching, everybody. If you like Moj, definitely join the Global She Circle. And if you like what we're doing here in Nourish, Heal, and Thrive, and you want to be spotlighted, just put interview in the comments and we'll highlight you. We'll share your gifts. Or even if you have some struggles and you just need some help, we're here to support you. So thanks, everybody, and we'll see you at the next one.